Pre-serve.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
I believe it's going to be a close game. They have a really good team, and so do we. I think it'll come down to turnovers. We've got to play a smart game, physical game, because they're very, very physical, but we have high respect for them. But I think it'll be one hell of a game to come watch.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock! You gotta let me fly!
And Tommy Kraft.
They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
Light the candle!
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about this now?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those Hawks!
Man, they were blaring that back in 2010 when the late Ryan Mallett, Kobe Hamilton, Greg Childs, Jarius Wright, Joe Adams, Jake Beckett, and all those guys got it done in Little Rock, and you went to the Sugar Bowl. Unfortunately, you went on to lose to the Ohio State Buckeyes, but nevertheless, that was one of the great moments in this rivalry. We welcome you into a Tuesday edition of the Morning Rush here on a Bandwagon Tuesday. Big C and me, Tommy back with us tomorrow. Bruce Stan joins us momentarily. He's in San Diego right now, Christian. San Diego, not a bad place to be.
Not a bad place to be.
No, it is not. No, it is not. It's not going to be a bad place to be in Northwest Arkansas this weekend. If you're looking for a place to stay, look no further than the Inn at the Mill, the number one spot in Northwest Arkansas, in the heart of Northwest Arkansas, off the Johnson exit off I-49. It's unique. It's honestly, the scenery there is fantastic. I'm staying there on Thursday. Cannot wait to take in Northwest Arkansas this weekend. They always have a spacious, clean room ready for you. Basketball season, we know the basketball schedule, so think about the basketball as well as you look at when you're traveling to Northwest Arkansas. 479-443-1800 or visit inatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
Taylor practiced. First was a walkthrough, which he would be practicing whether he was healthy or not. He's practiced each day. We're hopeful that he'll be ready to go. I feel like he will. Probably know a little bit more about Tuesday, Wednesday. We're hoping that he's ready to play, and we think he'll be able to.
Quarterback, he is as fast as anybody that we'll see. This is a guy that is a real threat.
Swing on a drive in the air, pretty well hit right center. Paez back at the track, near the wall. It is gone! A grand slam for Mark Vientos. Allen takes off, breaking tackles, end zone, touchdown. What a play by Allen.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
Literally texting Ethan as we speak. Christian, I don't know if you heard Chuck and Bo talking about property taxes day, but as someone that now has to worry about that, I was wondering. I didn't think I owed anything, and thankfully Ethan just confirmed that, thanks to him being the best mortgage lender, my mortgage lender, and helping out with that. All right, so you heard a couple highlights there. We heard Sam Pittman talking about Taylor Green yesterday's press conference. Based on that, Christian, is he going to play on Saturday? I think yes.
Yeah, it means too much to him. I think we heard it. He spoke about the rivalry between Nussmeier and LSU being the biggest game on the schedule for him. So I definitely see him going out there. I don't know if he'll be 100%, but it would take a lot, I think, to keep him off the field.
Yeah, and that's again a part of this. For those that don't know, Garrett Nussmeier and Taylon Green played each other in high school, so you've kind of got that cool connection. Taylon went to Louisville and Nussbauer went to Flower Mound. Those are rival high schools of sorts, and so you got that connection as well. You also heard Brian Kelly expand on Taylor Green. I want to play this clip in its entirety real quick.
The quarterback is a unique player in that, first of all, I mean, he is long speed as fast as anybody that we'll see. So he's got great speed. He's got escapability, and I think he throws it better than the quarterback from South Carolina. So this is a guy that is a real threat. And, we're going to have to really do some things to take away what he likes to do. This is a quarterback that when he's on, he's difficult to defend. So this will be a great challenge for our group.
And they went up against a guy in South Carolina last week that, as you just heard, can't throw it as good as Taylor Green. And Taylor hasn't been perfect this season. He's under 60% completion-wise, but you like what you've seen at points in this season. He gained some confidence. He made some throws, those back shoulder throws to Andrew Armstrong. You're hoping you can take what he did against the Tennessee Volunteers and then continue on to have some success against the LSU Tigers this coming Saturday night. Baseball-wise, the New Jersey Mets. The New York Mets defeated the Dodgers. The NLCS is now at 1-1, and then the Yankees defeated the Guardians 5-2. Are we heading for a Subway Series, Christian?
Man,
it sure seems what it looks like. I
would love to see that. I have a buddy that's a Mets.
Was that 2000? Is that the last time it happened?
Yeah, I don't remember it ever happening, but
it's happened.
Either way, I mean, a Dodgers-Yankees World Series is not bad. That's not a bad consolation prize.
Yeah, and then last night, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills got it done, and the New York Jets are now a lowly 2-4, while the Bills are at 4-2, I believe, lead that division. All right, that is your opening drive. As I said, I was texting Ethan about mortgage help. I can always text him. And again, this is something that I really appreciate about him is he has answered every single one of my questions and not like days upon days later. He answered that question in 5 minutes. Not always going to be that way, but Ethan, Emily, their entire team can answer any questions you have, whether you're in the market for a possible mortgage, refinancing, whatever the case may be. I really appreciate all he's done for me, and he's helped me out with my golf game as well, which honestly I might be more appreciative of. First Financial Mortgage, check them out at ffb1.com. Give Ethan and his team a call at 479-782-9300. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender. So we're going to talk to Bruce Stanton. Tommy, not on the show today, as I said, but he is going to, or he has given, I should say, his Pradco team rankings already. So we're going to see how much him and Bruce differ on those picks. Where's Tiger Bay? We're 2 days in this week, and we have not heard. I don't think he's appeared on Halftime. I don't think he's appeared on Ruskin and Zach. I haven't heard him on Chuck and Bo's show or our show. I'm wondering where he is. Is he out of jail? Is he still calling into Arkansas Sports Talk radio programs? I would like to hear from him. He was one of my favorite callers. And I know a lot of you dislike Brian and Ozark. You dislike Tiger Bait. I actually
was he really as bad as Brian and Ozark?
No, I don't
I've heard
think
that he was, but it's hard for me to believe.
So Brian's just, I guess what I would say, it's more of like what has happened lately, and Brian has irked a lot of people lately. But Tiger Bait was a master at it. I'll give him credit. Master class at ticking off Arkansas fans, and then the games would occur. Arkansas would find ways to win from time to time, and he would be ticked off because LSU is always favored in this game, as they are on Saturday. I don't think that line has moved on the Bet Saracen app. Last time I checked, it was at 2.5. But I think there's a lot of Arkansas fans that are confident, and they should be. I think I wonder about Bruce Stanton's confidence as we welcome him into the program. Bruce, how is San Diego here at 7:08 this morning?
Well, I'm sitting here at Mission Beach, right on the Pacific Ocean outside of San Diego. So even though I'm a Vol fan, life is good right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, y'all won last weekend. What do you that was a little closer than I expected. Apparently, Florida fans are blaming Morgan Wallen for having the concert and Neyland Stadium's field not being what it needed to be. But that, I'll give you credit. You called it. You said it was going to be closer than you thought, and it very much was this past weekend in Knoxville.
Well, I don't know who's setting the odds at Bet Saracen or Oakland or Vegas, but they've not been watching tape on Tennessee. The offense is passing game's kind of a train wreck, very one-dimensional. Good defense, but I don't bet, but I wouldn't bet on Tennessee right now.
Well, then the flip side, like the big games of the weekend, of course, the one here in Fayetteville between Arkansas and LSU, which we'll continue to talk about as we progress throughout the week. The Tennessee and Alabama game, third Saturday in October. Cigar, I'm excited to just take that in before Arkansas plays. And then the night one, where Georgia and Texas. I have Georgia winning that football game. Their offense needs to wake up. They've played a little better these last couple of weeks, but let's start with Alabama. I mean, I don't know, you're not completely confident in Tennessee's offense, but maybe you should be with that Alabama defense that Womack hasn't seemed to figure out what they're doing so far in the first few games.
I like what I'm seeing with them struggling, especially against South Carolina. They struggled to hold down Vanderbilt. If Nico can figure out how to be a little more accurate, I think I'll be smoking a Swisher Sweet on Saturday night.
Now, where's the youngest playing on Saturday? Because I know you're not going to be in Knoxville. Where's Hendricks?
We're going to be in Danville, Kentucky, playing the mighty Center Colonels. So we'll be watching Hendricks in the Bluegrass.
Okay, Bruce, I wonder your thoughts as we've continued to watch the Southeastern Conference. We talked about it last week. Like with the playoff, are we going to see what we've seen in the regular season occur in the college football playoff? More often than not, the teams that expected to win end up doing just that when we've gotten to postseason, particularly in the 14 playoff. But is this going to progress and really reach into postseason where we see gargantuan upsets like we've seen through the first 7 weeks of football?
I think so. I think with the portal, the way kids are moving around, coaches are moving around, I think you're going to see more of this Vanderbilt type stuff happen. You're going to get some teams that are seeded 10th, 11th, 12th, and they're going to pull some upsets. I mean, that's the nature of it. By setting up a more inclusive tournament, you're going to get some upsets. And I guess as fans, as long as it's not our team, we like seeing that.
Bruce, I know that this is late in breaking this morning, but I wanted to get your opinion on this right before we get into our Pradco Pyramid of Power and the best teams of the Southeastern Conference. This comes from Dennis Dodd of CBS Sports and also Matt Hayes with USA Today. The SEC and the Big Ten are in preliminary talks to play a series of non-conference, this is football, by the way, games against each other that would further the primacy in FBS and stiff arm private equity and super league incursions. What that Dennis worded it in kind of a fancy smancy way. What it boils down to is kind of like we had the SEC and ACC challenge in basketball. It sounds like we're going to get the SEC and Big Ten potentially in football too. This is something Tommy has been outspoken about. I'll give him credit because he's been pushing for this, but it sounds like we might be heading this direction.
Well, Tommy's calling the shots. He's out on the field reffing Farmington games, and I'm sure he's got the hotline to SEC and Big Ten commissioners. But no, it should happen. I mean, we like Texas, Michigan. I guess as long as your team doesn't have to play Ohio State in the Big Horseshoe, that's good. You'll take your chances against most of the other teams. But yeah, somebody's going to have to play Ohio State. That's the bad thing.
Yeah, that is not an easy team. They're going to lose some guys from this year's squad, including Quinshot Judkins, but always seem to reload in Columbus, Ohio, as do some other teams. And there are some teams that maybe we didn't expect to see in our Pradco Pyramid of Power. Let's find out how Bruce and Tommy's list compare as we get into it here on a Tuesday.
Who are the best football teams in the SEC? Let's find out.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance.
This is the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Bruce, I have Tommy's list, but I will let you start here this morning. Who is number one in the Bruce Stan Pradco Pyramid of Power?
Well, I'm breathing this Pacific Coast air right by the Pacific Ocean, so I guess I'm just going to go with Texas. They're undefeated. They're looking the part. They blew out Oklahoma. A lot of people thought that might be a close game, but it wasn't. And no reason to think after the Red River rivalry blowout that Texas is not number one. 6-0, 2-0.
Tommy also has the Texas Longhorns at number one. Yes, Brian and Ozark, you can gloat for the time being. We'll see if you're gloating after this weekend against Georgia. Who is number two, Bruce?
Well, I'm going to stick with the Aggies. I had them there last week coming off open day. The last time we saw them, they beat the brakes off Missouri, which was a very impressive win. Next up is Mississippi State, which actually played Georgia pretty well, passed the ball around. So, Texas and Texas A&M going to run the gamut till they're a big awaited meeting, big awaited SEC meeting. But right now the Aggies are number 2.
And that's who Tommy has at number 2. Number 3 might be different. Who you got?
Well, I'm going to go with the Georgia Bulldogs.
He's there too.
Carson Beck, 459, 36-48, had a field day, and it's not a great Mississippi State team, but you like your quarterback completing forward passes. He did a bunch of that. Georgia's 5-1, 3-1. I got him ranked number 3.
Awesome. All right, number 4 is.
Well, this is where I'm going off the rails. I'm really disappointed in the national media. I think they're idiotic for not ranking Vanderbilt in the top 25.
Wow.
I got Vanderbilt at 4. They backed up their upset over number 1 Alabama.
Okay.
Real gutsy win against Kentucky. Tough place to play, and they went in there and won.
All right, Bruce. Tommy has your Tennessee Volunteers at number 4. Who slides in at number 5?
Well, I'm not touching the balls. LSU looked good.
Okay.
Lane Kiffin had a scowl on his face in Death Valley. You got to give it to the Bayou Bengals, setting up a big game in Fayetteville. Sophomore linebacker Whit Weeks had 18 tackles,
He's a
10
dog.
solo versus the Rebels. They actually have a semblance of a defense, held the mighty Rebels to 26 points.
That last play of the game where he just ran over that Ole Miss running back and sacked Dart. I was just like, oh, well, we got to play him next week. All right. He's got Bama at number 5. Who do you have at 6? He's got a combo.
I don't have Bama or Tennessee in mind. I'm going to stick with Arkansas at number 6.
Wow.
4-2. The last memory, they upset Tennessee. Not sure that was an upset the way Tennessee's playing, but can Arkansas bring it against LSU? That's going to be the question. Nussmeier's throwing the ball around, and LSU's got pretty good defense. Ought to be a heck of a game.
Tommy's got either the Razorbacks or the Tigers, I think, depending on what happens Saturday night here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And, Bruce, one of the things that was mentioned to me yesterday is, like, you played this game 2 years ago. It was early. Brian Kelly played a backup quarterback, but this is the first time that Kelly's experienced a night crowd at Razorback Stadium. I personally, not that I don't want to belittle what I took in 2 Saturdays ago against Tennessee, but I tend to think with it being LSU, another top 10 matchup, you can win these type of games now after the Tennessee win. I think the atmosphere is going to be even better on Saturday night.
I think it will be, and I hope Hog fans just show some restraint. You don't crash the field after beating LSU. It's a regular occurrence at Arkansas. Arkansas beats LSU a lot. Enjoy it, but, man, don't get on the field.
I'm with you 100%. I said that even following the Tennessee game, and I feel like an old man talking about that as a guy that has been a part of it. I didn't even get on the field. I took some pictures, posted it on our social media, but didn't go much more than that. All right, Bruce, what's the vibes like in San Diego right now, you lucky SOB? I mean, it's starting to cool down a little bit here in Arkansas. I think it's 68 at kickoff come Saturday night. But I'm sure the weather is a pristine perfection out there out west, man. How is it?
Well, it's overcast. I'm sitting here. There's probably 30 people surfing within eye shot.
That's awesome.
Probably another 10 or 11 getting ready to get in. I won't be one of them. They're all wearing wetsuits. Pacific Ocean's cold at 61 degrees. I'm wearing a bathing suit, a T-shirt, so it's lovely weather. But I'm here for the American Sport Fishing Association mid-year meeting. I'm on the board of directors, so I guess they ran out of people to elect, and I'm here.
You sound like Matt when he got added to the UA Sports Hall of Honor. He's like, I guess they ran out of people. No, you're Matt. Like you belong there for a reason. And Bruce, I think you belong there out west. So what is as we get a little colder, Bruce, here in the natural state? I mentioned the kickoff temperature. I think it's going to be 30-something, 40-something later tonight in Fayetteville. Change in the lures that you would recommend using with Pradco?
Well, it does. I sent you and Tommy some pictures of some really nice topwater bass I caught on Eufaula last week. I think that's just about going to end. Maybe a buzz bait in the middle of the day, but, man, I'd be throwing a jig head worm, jig and spoon. This colder weather is going to get fish going back to creek channels, so you're going to want to fish a little deeper after this cold front comes in. But I got to brag on the team at Pradco. We just went to the Pittman Creek Distributor Show in Sevierville, Tennessee. we brought home 2 first-place trophies for the best new hard bait, which was the Booyah Flashpoint. Minnow, you'll be seeing that on the market in 2025. And we also won best new terminal tackle for the Bobby Garland head turner. It's a little jig you use in conjunction with the baby sad. It's got double spinners on each side of the head. So over 700 dealers participated in the voting, and we came out on top in 2 major categories. So big kudos to the team and Fort Smith, led by Chad Warner, our VP of Brand Management.
Well, congratulations on that front. Bruce, I'm going to let you go since you're in California. That picture you sent us, I'm very envious, very jealous. Enjoy your time out there and try to get some work done, will you?
I'm getting ready to run a very slow 5K barefoot on the beach, so we'll talk to you.
There you go. That's our friend Bruce Stand at Pradco Fishing. Tommy and him had the same top 3, Texas, A&M, Georgia, and then Bruce went Vandy, LSU, Arkansas. Tommy went Tennessee, Alabama, and then he has an Arkansas/LSU for the 6th spot. So it differs a little bit. We're going to find out a lot about some marquee teams this weekend, including the LSU Tigers, including Georgia and Texas, and then also with the Alabama and Tennessee game. And you're going to find out a lot about your Hogs, right? Like Tennessee didn't expect it. I don't think we expected it. I personally didn't. But can this team, now that they're not going to sneak up on LSU, can they prove that they're one of the better half, top of the league teams in the Southeastern Conference? I hope so, because it'd be huge for Sam Pittman, massive for this program. And there's only a handful of times, I think it's 4, I've got it in the game notes somewhere, that you've started 3-1 in the Southeastern Conference. So a lot could happen this weekend, not just for Sam Pittman, but his football program. And hopefully Talon Green is healthy. We'll unpack that a little more as we roll on here on a Bandwagon Tuesday. Need some help. I need to know what Bandwagon razor I need to know. I broke my electric razor that I've had since high school. I know I don't have a great beard, but I need to shave somehow, some way, and I might need y'all's help this morning on picking out that next brand as I make my way to Wally World at some point today. And we are brought to you by our friend at Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. They've got the Brinkley, they've got Forest River, and the Grand Design. Chris, Lee J, their entire team can help you out. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty with every new RV. So when you go out and explore the natural state, you're confident because you know they're brands that you can trust at Wheels RV. Voted the best RV dealer year after year. 5 miles west off exit 72 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Chris, Lee J, and their entire team at Wheels RV. Hog update coming up. Sam Pittman spoke with us yesterday for the first time in a minute, about 20 minutes or so. What did the head coach have to say? We'll let you know next.
Streaming live from hitthatline.com.
Hey, this is former Razorback Quinn Grovey, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter and Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based brands.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Vegas, baby! Vegas, baby!
This is the Morning Rush
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where we are rolling out Rath Auto Relief. Now through midnight on Halloween, get up to $1,500 Rath cash when you purchase any one of our Rath Road Ready vehicles. Use it to pay your sales tax. Get extra for your trade or just take it right off the price. Plus, follow us on Facebook for fun-free giveaways every week. Rath Auto Relief. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Stop by the Golf Nut today and check out the full line of lab putters featuring Lie-Angle balanced technology. Lab putters were used by 14% of professionals in the 2024 Masters Tournament. All models of the new Scotty Cameron Phantom putters are in stock, including the longer 38-inch model. Come discover the biggest selection of name brand clubs, apparel, and accessories in the region. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop for over 30 years.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Life.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch, and Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The Paint Store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
The American Patriot Promotions Gun Show is coming to Berryville Saturday, October 19th and Sunday, October 20th. On Saturday, doors are open from 9 a.m. to 5 and Sunday from 9 to 3. Tickets are just $10 per person, $8 for veterans, military, and police. Children 16 and under are free. American Patriot Promotions, providing the #1 gun shows in Arkansas. Check us out, AmericanPatriotPromotions.com for other events and details.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running to the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Can I get a sense from you that one of your reasons that you're confident about Saturday night is because of your defense? Arkansas's defense has been really good through 6 football games. And I know stats will lie to you at times, but what we've seen for a good chunk of this season, with the exception of maybe UAB, they've been rock solid, one of the better ones and one of the better units in the conference. That's given not just Sam Pittman confidence, but Travis Williams, according to Coach.
I think T. Will and his group in there have done a really good job of understanding who we have, how we can put pressure, how we can stop our opponents, and have done a really good job of not being afraid. Because like when you first come in, you might be afraid to try something because it's your first true spotlight. And I think we've had enough success now where he's going, okay, this is how we can win. This is what we can do. And I think he's much more comfortable, and especially since the success we've had of changing some things has worked. We'll see what happens on Saturday, though. But I think that has a lot to do with his confidence.
We'll see what wrinkle Travis Williams unloads on Garrett Nussmeier, who, if you remember, came in for Max Johnson, the old LSU quarterback, back in the 2021 game. When Arkansas went to Baton Rouge, when you won down there, Cam Little kicked that field goal in overtime, 16-13, I believe, the final. Nussmeier was the young freshman, or young redshirt, whatever it was, that came in and ended up losing that football game. He's grown a lot. He's a lot better since then, and had an okay game on Saturday night. He was 22 of 51, 3 touchdowns, did throw 2 interceptions. Ole Miss was able to get to him at times, and hopefully Travis Williams this week, and really not just this week, but you think about they had the bye week to get ready for him. They obviously watched film on Saturday night, and on Sunday from this game. We'll continue to probably do so throughout the week. You want to give him as many issues as you can moving forward when it comes to this offense that you face, because LSU wants to establish the run. We'll see if they're able to do that. So that's, again, the positive news. LSU coming in town. I know everyone is really, really excited about that. We'll continue to talk about it. Tom Murphy is going to join us here momentarily in the morning rush in about 30 minutes. I do have some sad news to share. I didn't want to start with this because I'm a little out of my depths. I've never met Rose Richardson. I can tell by all the players that have reached out on social media how Chuck and Bo and others and Clay were able to really go on length about her. For those that don't know, that's the now late wife of Nolan Richardson. She has passed away at 84 years old this past Sunday. I'm just going to read this excerpt from Blake Edens real quick. Heartbreaking news for those that us considered her as a second and sometimes our only mother. She was one of the kindest people ever, but if you mess with her, one of hers, you better look out. And thankful she is no longer in pain and finally reunited with Yvonne. We love you and miss you, Miss Rose. That's from former Razorback Blake Edens. And again, a lot of former players would echo that same statement that Blake shared. I can't speak to it as much as those 3 guys that I just listed, but I know the impact that she had on Coach. I know the impact that she had on this fan base. Wasn't necessarily in the spotlight as much as others that have come through here, but a sad day for Arkansas basketball, Arkansans, and, of course, Nolan Richardson's family. That is your Hog Update this morning, and it's brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Well, I'm excited about a couple of things this month. Colton made this really cool promo about Arkansas and the scary defense that they have this fall, and they are scary at times. And we'll see if Arkansas can continue on that stretch, and as we might be a little scary. So we welcome in our friend Larry Rath this morning. Larry, I know you guys just gave away a haunted house tour. Are you a haunted house fan, my friend?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
no.
Me neither. I'm not stepping foot in one of those whatsoever. I know y'all just gave away one of those on social media. And Larry, you guys are always giving away stuff on social media. Restaurant giveaways, haunted house giveaways. People need to be following you on Facebook, on Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi as well.
That's right. We've got the best local partners. We help them promote what they're doing. They help us promote. And the haunted house is fantastic. Tri-State Speedway has just been fantastic. We've got some really good local partners that help us all the time, and we are giving away stuff just constantly on Facebook. Plus, there's lots of great deals in there. Weekly specials, some featured vehicles, and I've been looking at a couple of sports cars. These guys that have been working all summer, out in the heat and really turning it on. They're looking to maybe reward themselves a little bit this time of year. Man, I have got a lineup of sports cars like you can't believe. We've got a 21 Mach 1. Velocity Blue, only 22,000 miles. That car's just $46,968. Look that up. That's a bargain. This car is track ready. I mean, if you haven't driven a Mach 1, what a great Mustang, a fun car to drive. How about a 2018 WRX STI, adult driven, 46,000 miles. The most fun you can have under $30,000, I promise you, in the Blue Pearl. Fantastic car, perfect shape. The 23 Toyota GR86. I don't know if you've seen that car. What a good-looking car that is. Catches your eye every time you see it on the road. Fun car to drive. It's got all the right equipment. Torino blue, $32,998. So a great selection of sports cars, along with everything else we have. Trucks, SUVs, big people haulers, big vans. Everything that you might be looking for, we've got them at Rath Auto Resources. Road ready, certified with warranty. Right now you can save some money on the weekly specials. Look those up online or come on in and visit. Look for those green stickers in the windows, weekly specials. Those are the best deals on the lot, and we've got a bunch of them for you to choose from right now. Just a terrific time at Rath Auto Resources. If you're going to keep the car you have, let us take care of it for you in our Meineke Car Care Center. Philip and his team, they do a terrific job taking care of cars. More importantly, they know how to take care of you. They'd love a chance to earn your business in the Meineke Car Care Center. If you're looking for a new car, the Mitsubishi lineup at Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. I was just out there looking at a Outlander sitting there ready for delivery, silver with the black top. Just a great-looking SEL package loaded up. Got rates as low as 0.99% on those. We got stackable cash rebates up to $3,500. There's never been a better time to come in and test drive the Mitsubishi lineup, drive off in a brand-new Outlander, Eclipse Cross, Outlander Sport. We've got them all in a big selection at Rath Mitsubishi. So we're looking forward to seeing you. Come see us this week. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Check us out online at rathauto.com.
All right, that's Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Sounds like that sports cars move. We've got some Lightning McQueens around, it sounds like, Larry.
We've got some really nice sports cars right now. Come on and see us.
And me and Larry, non-haunted house fans. That's the biggest takeaway from our conversation.
Right. We're not doing that. We'll get together and not do that.
All right, good stuff, Larry. Talk soon, man.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one. Folks, come and see us.
All right, here's what we call a tease in the radio industry. Jerry Jones may or may not have just said something this morning that went over the edge. It's pretty wild. We'll get to it coming up. Stay with us. Stay tuned for that in our Morning Rush Daily Question.
Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients better lives with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, now offering same-day crown service. Mention you heard this ad on ESPN Radio at your next appointment and receive a free bleaching kit or $100 off in-office accelerated whitening. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Remodeling your bathroom? Don't let your imagination be limited by out-of-the-box shower doors or tub enclosures. Arkansas Glass and Mirror is your local source for all things glass, including plexiglass, mirrors, and shower doors since 1964. Arkansas Glass and Mirror has more selections, better prices, and the experience to help you build the shower of your dreams. They also have the only showroom in the area to help you create those dreams. Professional installation and professional service. Only at Arkansas Glass and Mirror, 1316 South Z Road, Fort Smith, or online at arkansasglassandmirror.com.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course,
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything sports betting. Every stat, every matchup, breakdown, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. With the largest catalog of odds on everything from football, MLB playoffs, NHL, and NBA to political props. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack, poke. Head to the website today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates...
Your fear. Big dental problems? Sharp Smiles Modern Dentistry and Implants is your answer to your dental needs and services, where your smile is top priority. Get the smile you have always wanted from the friendly faces at Sharp Smiles, 2600 Market Trace, Suite B, off Jenny Lind across from Harps. For more information, visit the website at sharpsmilesdds.com or call 648-9988.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at cartpathsocial.com. Cart Path Social, the getting out of the sun, making golfing fun.
All right, so let's go lighthearted. We'll come back to sports. We've got Jerry Jones audio momentarily, the gift that keeps on giving. I don't know, for those that follow me on social media, I post this pic. What you say, I'm done?
I'm done with him.
Well,
I'm almost done with the Cowboys. People need to show Jerry that this can't continue. They need to stop going to games. They need to do something.
Good luck. Good luck on that. I hope it happens for you, but I don't know if it's I don't know if that's going to be the thing that changes it. All right, lighthearted question before we jump back into sports. I was reading this story, and I guess it was a report from the National Sleep Foundation. They suggest it should take 15 to 20 minutes for you to fall asleep if you're a healthy person. How long does it take you to fall asleep? That is our Cart Pass Social Morning Rush daily question. I try to hit the pillow before 8:30 every night. My alarm goes off at 4:30 now. It used to go off at 3:30. I'm sleeping in a little more, still helping out with Chuck and Bo, and until that changes. Hopefully, not that I will listen to the show, guys. I'm just, we're 2 months into this thing. I'd like to sleep in a little bit. How long does it take you to fall asleep, Big C?
Man, I can go to sleep in like 15 seconds, 15 to 30 seconds.
Is it that quick?
It feels
you do love to sleep. Well, you don't do that. All right, let's retract. I was going to say, you used to sleep through alarms. You hadn't done that in a while.
Oh, man, I'm telling you.
Let's knock on wood. But
if I'm really tired, I can go to sleep in like record time.
Really? It takes me forever to fall asleep, which I think is a condition and a sign of an unhealthy person, which I probably am with my rampant food and alcohol abuse at times. But I think my frustration is like when I'll go to bed and an hour later I'm still up. I'm so bad at looking at my phone before I go to bed, which is like the worst thing you can do. The best thing you can do is read before you go to sleep. I used to be an avid reader, and honestly, I used to have better vocabulary. And since I stopped reading, my vocabulary has just deteriorated over and over and over again. So maybe I jump back into the books and some good reading from time to time. But I think it usually takes me about 30 to 45 minutes, which is so frustrating because I intentionally go to bed really early, so I'm not staying up like a night owl. But it sounds like you're good to go.
Got the AC going. Got to have everything just right. But I can go to sleep in a recliner in 30 seconds if the conditions are right.
Eric from Boonville says, how can you time yourself, how long it takes for you to fall asleep if you fall asleep? Fair question. Eric, Big Steve says less than a minute. He's listening in Fayetteville this morning. Preston in Fayetteville says less than 1 minute typically for me. Steven says you're not a real Cowboy fan if you're prepared to quit on them. He hasn't suffered enough. He's talking about you. Joe says I need some yoga in my life. Maybe a yoga instructor. I don't think I'm ever going to jump into yoga. I'm an uphill on the treadmill and work out for 30 minutes
Since
guy.
I've been born, we haven't won a Super. Well, I was
Well,
in diapers. That's suffering enough, I think.
I think it's the older generations have actually seen Cowboy success. You haven't seen any success since you become a Cowboy fan. So I would argue that you're a bigger Cowboy fan because you've never seen any success.
30 years, yeah.
All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. If you need a place to watch the game this weekend, let's say you can't make it to Fayetteville, you can't tailgate for whatever reason, well, Cart Pass Social is an awesome place. Thursday night football, Sunday football. They've got Sunday ticket. They, of course, will have the Razorbacks on TV this Saturday night when they take on the LSU Tigers. They've got college football galore. There's TVs everywhere. There's bays. Cart Pass Social is the #1 indoor golf facility in all of Arkansas, 122 Grant Place, located in Lowell. You can check them out online at cartpasssocial.com. Nate, Haley do a great job with their social media. If you follow them on Facebook, follow them on Instagram. They have giveaways as well. They try to partner with local businesses. These are two Rogers kids, Nate Gearhan, Christian Olson, two of my college buddies that have busted their tails to get this thing up and running. And through a handful of months, it's been an awesome rollout. So if you've been on the break, hey, I got to decide where little Timmy's going to have his birthday party, or we're going to have this shower, whatever the case may be, just look at Cart Pass Social. If you're not blown away, I'll be surprised. Cart Pass Social, the getting out of the sun, making golfing fun, and really soon to be the getting out of the cold weather as we get closer to that. All right, so we teased you the Jerry Jones clips. I hope that they live up to the billing. Here's first Jerry talking about smoking something this morning.
Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. I'm not. This is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something, and I'm sorry that I did it.
Well, my job is to ask
why.
why.
A job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
I'll get somebody else to ask these questions. Now, I don't have the contract in front of me. 105.3 The Fan in Dallas is a massive sports radio titan. There's the Tickets, the other one, I'm forgetting their signal. But you've got two big-time sports radio stations in Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys are on 105.3 The Ticket. And part of the conditions, if I had to guess, without looking at the contract and without knowing what it stipulates, Jerry Jones appears, I think, weekly, and I don't know, I forgot to look up who the hosts were on this show, but appears weekly on that radio station. And it sure seems like that he was not a fan of the questioning. I didn't hear the question prior to. Let's see. It's RJ Choppy and who's the other guy? Sharif. If I'm saying his name, if we've got Dallas people listening, then I'm saying their name wrong. But he would continue. And
he thinks because he's the owner of the Cowboys, he can't be questioned.
Yep. Here's this too.
I'm sick about what happened Sunday. Now, I'm not talking to these yahoos on the end of this phone. I'm talking to you, the fans that are listening this morning. And we can spend a lot of time going over zigging and zagging. One of the stupidest things I've ever done that anybody has ever analyzed is by the Cowboys. It was an idiot that did that.
That's true. He's right. He got ripped for doing that back in the day. And it's paid off dividend after dividend after dividend after dividend. Look at his house. Look at his net worth. This is a guy that risked it all and won it all. Now, it hasn't panned out since 1996 from a winning standpoint, but Big C, your response to a couple clips from Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan this morning.
It takes a lot of screwing up to not even sniff an NFC championship in 30 years. I mean, it takes a lot of screwing up because we've seen teams do it that have no business being there. I mean, I understand it's not an easy business. It's tough, but my gosh, Jerry, I don't know what he wants. There's a lot of expectations, and they're not being met.
The gift that keeps on giving. Colton with one more clip.
So idiot things can turn into good decisions.
Oh, man. I love Jerry Jones. 82 years old. Still got fire. Still got it. And I have to almost... Listen, I'm not a Cowboy fan, so making fun of them from time to time is part of what's fun on this radio station, because the Dallas Cowboys are maybe the most polarizing sports team in the country. There's no middle ground on Dallas. You either love the Dallas Cowboys like Big C, or you hate them with every fiber of your being. And again, Jerry Jones, from a fiscal and financial standpoint, there's not many people on planet Earth that are better at him from that aspect. But from a winning standpoint, it's been a while, y'all. Nearly 30 years. And I know that's frustrating for Big C. I know that's frustrating for a lot of our listeners who call themselves Dallas Cowboy fans. So I get it. I understand.
What's the biggest reason, if you were going to be a Cowboys fan, what would be the biggest reason, like, that you wouldn't be a Cowboys fan? Like, what would be the number one?
You wouldn't want to be a Cowboys fan?
For you.
Like, you would drop it off?
Let's just say you don't have a team, and what would hold you back from being a Cowboys fan? Without mentioning Jerry Jones.
What would be the second thing?
The biggest. My point is Jerry Jones. I mean, that's.
You got to separate what he's done on one side of the ledger versus the win and loss column. And at one time, he was regarded as the best owner, one of the best owners in sports in the 90s, and then ego got in the way. And you hate that because he's an Arkansas. I love him as an Arkansas Razorback. I love what he's contributed to Fayetteville, Arkansas in the athletics department, and a handful of other, and I say handful, bucos of other things. But, yeah, you can tell you can hear the frustration in Big C's voice. Weston Harrison texting in. He's like, hey, I'm 40 years old. You want to know what self-harm is? Being a Razorback and a Cowboys fan. Ryan said he grew up in a Cowboys household. That's why he's a Chiefs fan. Well, I guess he jumped on the Chiefs bandwagon.
The Razorbacks are keeping me above water right now.
JT in Hot Springs, it hasn't panned out because Jerry wants to do it his way. 29 years of data tells us that doesn't work. All right, we'll jump back into that. We'll replay some of those clips in hour number 2 because I think there's enough meat to jump more into that conversation. APAC Arcola. They've got job openings right now in the Boone, Marion, and Baxter County areas, plus in Northwest Arkansas. So if you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, concrete finisher, diesel mechanic, or you have paving or concrete labor experience, apply today at jobs.crh.com. They offer top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. That's jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola is an equal opportunity employer. Let's jump back into what's happening in Fayetteville this weekend. Here's Sam Pittman on kind of what the changes have been with SEC injuries.
I still think the answer you'll see is probably Friday. I still think it's that way. I think the outs are the people that everybody in the world knows are out, and then your probables and all that. But we certainly look at it, and hopefully that we can find information out on that as well, but we do look at it.
For LSU on Wednesday, what is Taylor Green listed at Wednesday, Big C? Probable, questionable. He's not going to be listed as doubtful.
I think he's going to be listed as, at the worst, questionable and probable are two different things. Obviously, I think you list him as questionable just to kind of keep LSU guessing.
And you can still play him without fear of getting fined, $100K or whatever it is that ends up panning out that way. That's the biggest thing. And listen, I was bullish on this idea yesterday, and I want to come back to it. If Taylor Green is healthy and plays, Arkansas wins this game by 2 touchdowns. If he doesn't play, I don't see the Razorbacks winning. I know we got a lot of confidence in that defense, but you're still going to have to score enough to keep up with Nussmeier, Lacey, and Brian Kelly's offense. Hey, speaking of this weekend, do you need some tailgating food? Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith, they can take care of you. Not just if you're going to the game, but, man, I still want to try the smoked queso. Man, it looks good. Every time that Wade and Morgan post about it on social media, it looks fantastic. Not just that. I mean, they have all these different things. It's not just barbecue at Arts. It's not just burgers. They have all these different things, catfish and more. Check it out if you have never been. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. I have like once every 2 weeks. Arts Barbecue and Burgers on Rogers Avenue next to Buddy's in Fort Smith. A great place to watch all Arkansas games, not just on Saturdays, but we got basketball season just around the corner. We'll touch on that, plus some other things with Tom next.
The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is ultimately all about fun. So is the new Ultimate Riches Scratch-Off ticket. It's loaded with over $3 million in prizes of $100 or more, all the way up to the ultimate prize, $200,000. You could be the first to win it all. Try the Ultimate Riches Scratch-Off game new this October at local lottery retailers. Have fun. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where we are rolling out Rath Auto Relief. Now through midnight on Halloween, get up to $1,500 Rath cash when you purchase any one of our Rath Road Ready vehicles. Use it to pay your sales tax, get extra for your trade, or just take it right off the price. Plus, follow us on Facebook for fun-free giveaways every week. Rath Auto Relief, one more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Witz Marine, your authorized Mercury dealer, is ready to take care of your winterization needs. With cold weather just around the corner, be sure and get your Mercruiser stern drives drained and flushed with antifreeze. For those with outboards, it's a great time to change the oil and service the lower unit. Plus, treat your fuel for a trouble-free next season. Don't get caught this winter. It's also a great time to repower the old boat with a new reliable Mercury engine. That's Witz Marine, your authorized repower center, 823 North 11th next to Wheeler Power Sports in Fort Smith.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shop, carports, and more. They strive to be a company.
Smith.
Hey, is your roof leaking? Do you have hail or wind damage? Is it just looking old and worn out? If so, you need to call Hoghead Roofing, a family-owned and operated roofing company where the #1 customer is you. They will give you their honest opinion on whether your roof needs replaced or repaired. They have folks that have worked on the insurance side so they can assist with all claims. Licensed, insured, and ready to serve you. Call Hoghead Roofing today at 479-522-0840. God bless.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Sunshine with us today. A high this afternoon near 65 north, mid-70s south. Clear skies, a little bit of frost possible tonight. Overnight lows will drop down low 30s north, upper 30s south. And then sunny skies on Wednesday. High temperatures in the lower to middle 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. KERX, Paris Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings.
ESPN 95.3. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
I believe it's going to be a close game. They have a really good team, and so do we. I think it'll come down to turnovers. We've got to play a smart game, physical game, because they're very, very physical, but we have high respect for them. But I think it'll be one hell of a game to come watch.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
And Tommy Kraft.
They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
Light the candle.
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about this, cowboy?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those Hogs.
2010 would have had me as I think 10th grader in high school. There in Little Rock in War Memorial Stadium, they were blaring this thing through the speakers. Guess we sacked Jordan Jefferson back then.
That was
on
when,
the 1 yard line. Still remember
that was
that
when
call.
Making it to bowl games was worth something.
Yeah, Sugar Bowl, baby. First ever BCS Bowl appearance. Arkansas defeats LSU. Alabama, Auburn had their seasons, but Arkansas had quite a dandy one in 2010. We welcome you back into hour number 2 of the Morning Rush. And if you aren't hyped about LSU after that, maybe this will get you hyped up.
You look lonely. I can fix that.
Battle for the golden boot and oh, so much more. Jones looking, steps, throws to the end zone.
Now LSU must strive for 2 in the top. Here's Flint, deep.
The good snap. The hold is down. The kick is on the way. And it is good. Arkansas wins.
Intercepted. Mateo Richardson, Arkansas wins.
Touchdown, Arkansas. Unbelievable.
So many memories in just a short 30-second clip. Arkansas is going to beat LSU on Saturday night. And I don't know if it's going to be historic. On the case of the game notes, it sounds like it might be if they win this football game. I don't know if it's going to be as dramatic as some of those endings that you just heard. But I can tell you with a 100% certainty, if Taylon Green is healthy and plays on Saturday, Arkansas is going to win this football game against LSU. No doubt in my mind. Tom Murphy joins us coming up in just a bit. We're brought to you this morning by the Fence Man. I also have certainty that Sean is going to be with us on Friday, and I also have certainty that he's going to deliver you a good fence, whether it's residential, commercial. Give him a call at 479-782-3936. That's 479-782-3936 for the Fence Man. Large commercial. I know Tommy's had his fence redone. Vinyl, wood privacy, resident. It doesn't matter. Sean can help you out. He's always looking for good employees, and he is never afraid of any work. This guy works his butt off. I thought I worked hard. Then I realized I worked a white-collar job, and this guy works like 78 hours a week. He busts his butt, as does the rest of his team. 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Tom, I know you've been listening to some of those highlights this morning. There's a lot of history with Arkansas and LSU, even though this series is not that old compared to some other ones. When you think about the Hogs and the Tigers, what comes to your mind?
Oh, good morning, guys. Always a pleasure. A lot of great games. I mean, it was my first year on this beat in 2007 when Arkansas had already lost, I think, 3 games and went down and beat number 1 LSU. And that was one of the craziest years ever because LSU had already lost in triple overtime to Kentucky, and they lost to Arkansas, and yet they win the SEC championship game, and they're back in the BCS title game and won it. So that was in Houston Nutt's last game. What just an incredible game down there that day. A lot of fantastic finishes since I've been on the beat, and to me, the Arkansas-Texas rivalry. I understand. I know that was the big one. Before we all came along, that was big. And then, but I thought that LSU fit for them pretty well with that Thanksgiving thing. Border State, David Basil. He lends his expertise and college football knowledge to the deal with the trophy. But LSU, when A&M started, came in, I think they preferred to play late against A&M, and that's what's happened. And you can't change that. But it's still, to me, it's a great rivalry. LSU's got huge rivalries against Bama, Ole Miss, A&M, all their border states. But for Arkansas, I thought LSU was a good natural fit for their early years in the SEC.
Yeah, the battle for the Golden Boot is just so significant for Arkansas fans and players and coaches, and not near as significant to the LSU fan base, players and coaches. I know what coaches will say in Baton Rouge, but we all know it's not the same thing. I'm still waiting on Tiger Bait to call, Tom. He has not called any of our radio shows yet just this week. So you've got, in terms of matchups on Saturday night, Nussmeier didn't have this all-world game against Ole Miss. Right around 50% completion. Had 3 touchdowns, but I think 2 picks, if I remember that right. Coach Pittman touched on him a little bit. This is the kid you beat back in 2021 in Baton Rouge who replaced Max Johnson. What's your takeaway from LSU's quarterback heading into this game Saturday night?
Well, he's come a long way since that first start when we felt like if they might have rolled with Max Johnson, I guess at the time, they might have had a better chance to win that game. And it felt like Ed Orgeron had been kind of pressured to start Nussmeier, but it's many years since then. He's a veteran kid, and so Arkansas has faced 3 redshirt freshman starters in a row between Auburn, A&M, and Tennessee games. And there's certain things you could do. I mean, they did some things that messed up Nico last game. Marcel Reed played very composed, but a limited type game plan. And when Wegman came back and they opened things up against Missouri, you saw what happened. So Nussmeier is going to present a bigger challenge in that I don't think he'll be as confused as easily. And he's got sneaky good escapability. He's only been sacked twice, and he trusts his receivers. I mean, even if a guy's right with Kyron Lacey and maybe some of these others, many of whom might be coming back this week, he'll throw it up there. And the only game that Arkansas has kind of been struggled a little bit in pass defense, Oklahoma State, it was tall receivers. It was a speedy slot guy in Brendan Presley that they struggled to contain. And the LSU can do each of those things. And they have dangerous tight ends. So this is going to be the biggest, I think, defensive challenge they face yet.
Tom Murphy's with us. His conversation is courtesy of our friends at the Arkansas Beef Council. We're going to tell you about their top 10 finalists coming up. Tom writes for Whole Hog Sports and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Tom, it was kind of funny. Someone mentioned that, he's only been sacked twice, and Pittman looked at the guy yesterday and was like, oh, didn't know that. So hopefully that Travis Williams and their defense can get to him a little bit. One of the things Pittman said yesterday about T. Will is like, this guy's gaining some confidence. He knows his personnel. They're 6 games in. They confused the heck out of Nico last week. What do you think he has in store for, and I'm talking about Travis Williams now, what do you think he has in store for Nussmeier on Saturday night?
Well, I mean, it could be more DBs. I mean, to me, LSU
You get Mitchell back, by the way.
Yeah, get Miguel Mitchell back, and we don't know how he'll fit in. And Hudson Clark should be better. He played a few snaps last game. But to me, first of all, make sure LSU can't be relying on its run game, and they have not really, established that much this season. So if they can get them in the air, it's maybe just trying to confuse cover or mix coverages a lot, and this is a tough challenge for them. I mean, Travis Williams has had a phenomenal year. I think their game plans have been close to spot on each week, and kind of blueprint plans. Now, Oklahoma helped them with a plan for Tennessee, but I think Arkansas put the plan out for Oklahoma State that's been emulated since then, and they've fallen. So I can't tell you exactly what you got to defend Lacey. Kyron Lacey is a great receiver, and so hopefully your cornerbacks are ready to go. They're going to be challenged unlike any other game this week.
Tom Murphy with us again, continuing on our conversation about Arkansas and LSU. Tom, one of the other things that people want to know about is Taylor Green's status. Coach Pittman touched on a little bit yesterday. Sure sounds confident that he's going to play, barring a change. When you get ready for a week like this, and there's a possibility, how do you think they're game planning for Saturday when it comes to Arkansas offensively, when it comes to the status of Taylor, and then also Malachi Singleton maybe having to go in there at some point?
Right. Well, at this stage, Bobby Petrino is already very well aware of what Taylor's strengths are and what Malachi's strengths are, and I don't think it will change what LSU is preparing for. So to me, I think Sam was being, virtually, essentially honest about they feel good, that he worked some last week, including the walkthrough day, which he would have done anyway. So he can get around. It's just a matter of when you get into game condition, how that bruise is going to feel. Because, his first play back in the game, he looked, very limited. So I think I gather that they're pretty confident he'll be able to go, but they're not going to be definitive about it because, the longer you wait to be definitive, maybe the more uncertainty or what have you. But LSU is going to be ready for Taylor Green. There's no doubt about that.
Tom, I don't know if you've seen the recent report from Dennis Dodd and Matt Hayes, but it sounds like we could be heading towards a non-conference matchups of sorts, like in basketball with the ACC-SEC Challenge with the Big Ten and the SEC. Just on the surface, I don't know if you're hearing this real time or if you've seen this, but do you like the possibility of the SEC and Big Ten doing non-conference matchups and kind of pairing teams up before their conference season begins?
I have seen it, and I love the idea because of all the conferences. I mean, Arkansas has had a long history of playing the Big 12 teams, and they've played some ACC teams.
Yeah.
Not as much, but they've played them. But to me, the Big Ten, you get them in bowl games. They played Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Wisconsin in bowl games. And I wouldn't mind seeing yearly pairings, face Iowa home and away, face Purdue home and away, and on down the list. Illinois, which would be great if Brett was still coaching there to have a home and away with Illinois one year. And if they do it like basketball, it seems to me they try to match them up in terms of relative strength. That's why Kentucky is always playing Kansas in the Big 12 SEC matchup and so on and so forth. So I think an Arkansas-Illinois pairing, if they want to get this thing going pretty quick, would be fun.
Tom,
I'll tell you.
Go ahead. No, you finish your thought. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
Well, I was going on one last different tangent I wanted to mention today, and it's this. The longer I've covered the game, the more I get into the psychology, how teams, the ups and downs of teams. And I think in Arkansas's regard, a couple of big things are in their favor. The fact they had an open week after a huge win, I think, is really big, that you don't have to turn right around and get up the next week.
Mm-hmm.
That's big. And I think LSU coming off a dramatic home win is also good for Arkansas. But to me, the X factor is Nussmeier and his ability to escape pressure and just throw the ball up. They converted 2 4th downs in that last drive, which was huge. And I just think I think I heard you predict Arkansas will win if Taylor Green's healthy, and I think fans are just happy that they have a team that they feel like a game plan and an effort is going to be made and put forth that they could be basically proud of. And to me, that was Sam Pittman's biggest thing going into this season, was to put forth a team that the fans could be proud of, and we have one field storming to prove that.
And hopefully not another one as of Saturday night. We'll see what happens in that game. Tom, you brought up basketball. I want to touch on a positive and then unfortunately negative. Kansas #1, and they're coming into your house, your building, Bud Walton Arena, next Friday. I know people are excited about that. Arkansas checks in at 16. You got 2 All-SEC guys, and Jonas Adu and John L. Davis. Maybe just some quick thoughts on some of the All-SEC teams in predicted order of finish yesterday.
Yeah, isn't that really cool? Yeah, isn't that really cool that Kansas is coming here? It's like Purdue coming last year. I mean, and the fans, like, they respond to that. And I've been the football guy since I've been here, and I cover basketball as well. But I think it's dawning on me the last 3 years how much Arkansas fans love their basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're good, they're going to show out. And we saw that. So I think it's wonderful. Alabama makes sense to me, picking them coming off a Final Four year to win it. And then, Arkansas, John Calipari has been very sure to mention, look, this is going to be, there's going to be some building process going on here. When you have an entirely new roster, that is true. But I do think pieces are in place. I've told y'all several times how much I like Adu's game. And so I think if they are able to lock down, be a good defensive team, that's going to give them a shot in all these.
Tom, last thing I mentioned, unfortunately negative, Rose Richardson passed away Sunday, Nolan Richardson's wife, 84 years old. You mentioned not the lead beat guy when it comes to basketball, but you have covered basketball. Have you ever gotten a chance to interact with her in any way or heard stories from former players and coaches on Coach Richardson's wife?
Yeah, just heard the stories. And I obviously read a lot of social media yesterday and last night about how meaningful she was to the team and Coach Richardson's statement. So it's a huge loss. And I think a lot of players, they're in their teens when they get here. And when the coach's wife is as inviting and helpful as Rose was, it's impactful to them. And so you saw a lot of testaments to how these folks feel about her, and obviously meant a ton to Coach Richardson and the state. And he called her, I think, the perfect basketball wife. And so a lot of folks are going to miss her.
Tom, we'll leave it there. Appreciate you joining us as always, and we'll catch up a little more on Thursday, talk more Arkansas and LSU.
All right, thanks.
I really do. Tom mentioned listening to me earlier talking about Arkansas potentially winning by 14 points. I really believe that way. This is not me just trying to slam this down your throat all week, that it's just, Ty's going to push this narrative all week long. I think they're going to win by 2 touchdowns if Taylor's healthy and plays on Saturday night. Now, we know from listening to this program and other programs, I've been wrong plenty of times, but that's how I'm feeling about this game. Maybe I shouldn't be, but that's how I'm feeling. Hey, I'm also feeling that the Arkansas Beef Council is getting down to its top 10 finalists. This is awesome. So right now, they have announced their top 10 finalists for the Arkansas's Best Burger Contest. It's a statewide competition. The top 2 burgers from each of the 5 regions were selected as the finalists, and the winner will be the inaugural Arkansas's Best Burger Contest, and it's going to be announced before the end of October. If you want to check out those finalists, visit arkansasbeef.org. We're celebrating the best burgers in Arkansas. May the best beef win. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner. Just looking on these, I want to shout out some restaurants across the state. Local Burger in Jasper, Cheese Highboy at Daisy Queen in Harrison, the Caveman Burger at Bailey's Family Restaurant in Cave City, Bobby's Burger at Bobby's Cafe in North Little Rock, the Bubba at Mama's Diner in Pine Bluff, the Bird's Eye and El Dorado at Elm Street Bakery. So plenty of them. 10 finalists. Again, arkansasbeef.org. The Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, It's what's for dinner. All right, coming up, we got our SEC update. We're going to hear from Lane Kiffin in just a bit. He had some thoughts. We've also got a couple more things. We've got our Pro Hogs update from Big C. We've got some more things to get to. More from Sam Pittman coming up momentarily as well. And also, we'll jump back into what Jerry Jones had to say on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas this morning. Before we do that, I want to tell you about our friends at Farm Credit. Whether it's time for you to spruce up your existing home, or maybe you just want to start over, start from the ground up. Either way, check with Farm Credit of Western Arkansas first before you get started. Find out why for more than 100 years, now 25 locations in Arkansas, Farm Credit of Western Arkansas has helped local families like yours to make their dream home come true. Visit myaglender.com or visit one of our 25 locations today. That's Farm Credit of Western Arkansas, and that's More the Morning Rush coming at you next.
Richardson in studio like a seasoned vet this morning.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRIEND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
That's my hero I want to be when I grow up.
This is The Morning Rush.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, and we're inside of Lily's Sandwich Shop in the Bakery District in downtown Fort Smith. I'm with my guy, Josefa. Today, it was the French toast turkey melt, but other daily specials every single day.
Yeah, Ty, we just kind of want everybody to know that we're not just sandwiches around here. We have all kinds of different specials. There's always something different right here at Lily's Sandwich Shop.
Award-winning Lily's Sandwich Shop in the Bakery District in downtown Fort Smith. Don't believe me? Talk to Lily.
My name is Lily. My papa makes the best sandwiches at Lily's Sandwich Shop. Come by and see them at the Bakery District today.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics. What makes you unique from other stores in the area?
I try to build a great relationship with all of my customers. I can do just anything from cars to food trucks to signs, banners. I do a lot of custom this and that. I'll say 100% of anybody come in here, they leave out happy. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
If you knew all that Jody's Auto Service Centers can do for your vehicle and you'd never take your vehicle anywhere else.
My fleet is small, 14 trucks and cars. It's a struggle every day with parts, employees, and scheduling, but one thing I never worry about is vehicles. Jody's has special fleet pricing, special in and out service, or free shuttle and pickup and delivery service. And they do everything: service, repair, and maintenance. That makes my life much easier. All my vehicles go to Jody's.
Latest technology and highly trained technicians means we could do it all. From the most highly technical repairs to everyday oil change specials, tires, everything, even diesels. Jody'sAuto.com. Schedule free shuttle service or pickup and delivery. Get a tire quote. Get financing. Jody's Auto Service Centers, voted best of the best by our customers year after year. We're your neighbor since 1984 with 3 full-service locations in Fort Smith and Van Buren. See for yourself at JODYSauto.com.
Hey, Hawk fans, it's Ty with the Morning Rush. Join me this Saturday, October the 19th, from 1 to 3 o'clock at the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville for Arkansas Game Day. Robert, Elizabeth, and Matt at the Stadium Shop will have a buy one regular price clothing item, get a second equal or lesser value half off, including their Nike apparel and jerseys. It does not get more Razorback than the Stadium Shop. Arkansas Game Day live at the Stadium Shop on Razorback this Saturday from 1 till 3.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Trusted pool experts and your source for backyard fun. Locations in Springdale, Fort Smith, and now in Greenland. Always online at burtonpools.com.
Noah Washington is a student at the University of Arkansas, and he has interviewed coaches, players, and countless others. Does a great job. I wish I had his work ethic and drive when I was his age back in school. One of the guys that he just recently talked to was your starting quarterback, Taylon Green. And one of the interesting parts of this game, I know Clay corrected me yesterday saying that quarterbacks don't play one another. He's right, but quarterbacks are rivals. Like, they don't necessarily match up on the field mano-a-mano. But what do we always talk about with Quinn, with Andre Ware? He beat the Heisman Trophy winner, Andre Ware, right? He didn't play him on the field, but they played each other's teams, and Quinn won that day. And you're hoping Taylon can beat Nussmeier, which he didn't do in high school, and he still remembers that.
LSU for sure. The quarterback, Garrett Nussmeier, he was my high school rival. I went to Louisville, he went to Flymont Marcus, and it's like one of the longest rivalries in Texas. They would have the whole stadium packed. It was on TV and all that.
Yeah, real Texas football.
Yeah, it was real. Yeah, bro. It was Friday Night Lights for sure. So I'm excited for that. Get my revenge, get my get back. I gotta get my get back.
Behind the Razorback red.
For sure.
Taylon, one of the really things I've enjoyed watching Taylon is this is a kid, Texas kid, goes up to Boise, Idaho, plays for the Broncos for a little bit. It's come down. You watch when he scores touchdowns, he calls the Hogs. I've loved, as an Arkansan, I've loved that. You saw him embrace his teammates and fans following the win against Tennessee, but this kid wants to win for the University of Arkansas, has a lot of pride in playing for the University of Arkansas, and that's a big deal if you're going to be the starting quarterback here. That's not an indirect shot at KJ by any stretch of the imagination. I don't want people to mishear what I'm saying. But I have just enjoyed that aspect that Taylon has brought to this football team through 6 games, Big C.
Yeah, you like to see that. It's always cool to see, him do the hog call, and he's embraced being a Razorback, and I think he's proud to be here, and he realizes, what this fan base is, and he knew how big of a game that was against Tennessee, getting that win, and he wasn't on the field, but he was right there with his teammates, and And it was awesome to see that.
Brian Kelly also knows it's a big game for his football team. Here's what he said about Taylor Green this week.
The quarterback is a unique player in that, first of all, I mean, he is long speed as fast as anybody that we'll see. So he's got great speed. He's got escapability. And I think he throws it better than the quarterback from South Carolina. So this is a guy that is a real threat. And, we're going to have to really do some things to take away what he likes to do. This is a quarterback that when he's on, he's difficult to defend. So this will be a great challenge for our group.
Hopefully it will. Hopefully Arkansas's offense goes off, maybe like they did against Oklahoma State. Now, this is not like an insane LSU defense. They made some plays when it counted against Ole Miss on Saturday night in Death Valley in Baton Rouge. But
Ole Miss left a lot of points out there. And
they did.
Self-inflicted. I mean, I guess you can credit them for the 4th and 1 stops, but they didn't do themselves any favors.
No, they did not. All right, that is your SEC update here this morning. It is brought to you by our friends at Burn Pools and Spas. Perfect hot tub. It's waiting for you at Burn Pools and Spas in their warehouse right now. Their warehouse clearance is going on. So whether you just want a relaxation or quality time with the fam, Burn Pools and Spas has you covered with the Hot Spring Hot Tubs, the world's best-selling brand. Over 100 in stock right now, ready to deliver for you. And they're on sale, starting at just $4.99 in payments as low as $58 a month. $58 a month, that's it. Burn Pools and Spas, hot tub warehouse clearance in Springdale, Greenland, or Fort Smith. Burn Pools and Spas, they don't just sell hot tubs. Burn Pools build long-term relationships. Check them out at burnpools.com. I'm excited for a myriad of reasons this upcoming weekend. I've got friends coming up from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. One's an LSU fan. One is a diehard Razorback fan, born and raised in Central Arkansas, moved to Baton Rouge after college, and he's ready to get back to the Hill, as are a lot of people. Also excited to get back to the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Robert and I were talking last week following the Tennessee game. That was a crazy, crazy weekend, and this one's going to be more epic and better. If you need any gear, it's starting to get a little colder, a little chilly. It's a little colder around these parts, not just in Fayetteville, but all over Arkansas. You need to stop by and see them, especially this weekend. Buy one, get one, regular price or lesser value, half off. So you're going to get something. You're going to get one for standard price, and the other one's going to be half off, whether it's equal or lesser value, and that includes some of the Nike apparel, too, that they just got in town. We're going to be there from 1 to 3 on Saturday. Cannot wait to hang out with our friends at the Stadium Shop on Razorback. I'm excited for this weekend. Pre-game show, post-game show. Matt's going to either be with Derek or Zach. I don't know who it is just yet, but post-game should be pretty fun, I would think. We need some better callers. I was texting Derek about this. They beat a top 5 team after Tennessee, and the calls were atrocious. And I don't understand it. I thought we were going to have some of the best calls we've ever had in the history of this radio stations, and they were bad, real bad. So we gotta up that, y'all. We gotta increase it. I want your calls, texts all throughout the morning rush. Halftime, Ruskin and Zach, Chuck and Bo. I also want them on Arkansas Game Day and Hog Reaction too. Big C.
Yeah, that's odd. After a big win like that, to not have Ed. What would you say? Eddie probably met the expectation of Cole?
Yes, Eddie always meets the expectations of Cole, but for whatever reason, the majority of our callers did not meet that criteria this weekend. I don't know why, but that was the case. Real quick, a couple MLB outcomes last night, including a grand salami in the Mets-Dodgers game.
2 out and a 2-2. And a bounce-back win for the Mets in Game 2. After they flattened 9-0 in Game 1, they explode out of the gates in Game 2 and hang on 7-3 to send this series back to Citi Field tied up.
I refuse from this point forward to play any Yankees highlights. I am rooting for, and I'm not even a Dodgers fan, but I will root for anyone in the remaining 4 teams with the exception of the Yankees. Can't do it. Mets, Dodgers, Guardians, any of those teams. Just hopefully the Yankees. The only way I'd want the Yankees to win if there's a Subway Series and the Mets get it done against the Yankees. But if the Yankees get to that point of the season and postseason, then there's a good chance they win the whole stinking thing. Do you have a pick of the the 4 remaining teams, Christian?
Oh,
Team you want to win, or a team that you think
Man.
the NLCS is tied? Yankees are up 1-0 against the Guardians in the ALCS.
I've got a buddy that's a Mets fan, so I'd be happy for him for sure. So I'd probably put them number one. But the Guardians, I'd like to see them. It's been what 60-something years, 70 years since they've won a World Series. So I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. You got to go for the underdog, and I think it'd be cool to see them. My Cubs got the World Series against them, is how I know. It's been a long time because the Cubs had gone 108 years, and I believe Cleveland was the next longest streak from winning to not win a World Series. So, man, that city would be pretty happy if the Guardians could get it done.
Yeah, Cleveland has been deprived as a sports town for umpteen years, and maybe they can win the whole thing. That was a cool, like you said, the Cubs and the Indians, and it was the Indians. Now it's the Guardians. Back in, was it 2016?
16.
Okay,
yes.
yeah, that was a great World Series, and maybe the Guardians will get it done this go around. All right, we've got someone on hold. He's a Texas fan. He lives in Ozark. I'm going to give you a choice. We can either take Brian's call coming up next segment after our Pro Hogs update, or you guys, you do one of two things. Help me on this. You can either vote Brian or you can vote Andy's. You either have the delectable frozen custard across our state. I always get the cookie dough concrete, or you can vote for Brian's call. 2 options, 877-377-6963. If you're in favor of Andy's frozen custard, then text in Andy's. If you're in favor of Brian and Ozark, then text in Brian. Just a little more on Andy's. They've got locations all over the state. Fort Smith, Conway, North Little Rock. Again, statewide for the best frozen treat around. And if you're getting ready for the game this weekend, you need something to take with you, for the kiddos. Or listen, this is much more than just kiddos. I love Andy's. I'm 29 years old. Then take home a pick 6. Mix and match 6 of your favorite flavors for the perfect game and the perfect treat. Swing by Andy's Frozen Custard again, Rogers Avenue, 2 locations in Conway and in North Little Rock. Andy's Frozen Custard, walk up or drive through, ready to serve you. And also, when you're texting in Andy's, because I'm going to assume that's the majority of the text in your favorite order at Andy's Frozen Custard. More than Morning Rush. Pro Hogs Update is next.
Listen to every Razorback basketball game right here and hitthatline.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything sports betting. Every stat, every matchup, breakdown, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. With the largest catalog of odds on everything from football, MLB playoffs, NHL, and NBA to political props. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack, poke. Head to the website today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything sports betting. Every stat, every matchup, breakdown, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. With the largest catalog of odds on everything from football, MLB playoffs, NHL, and NBA to political props. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack, poke. Head to the website today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks for watching Line Podcast Network. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
I've got a good CJ's trivia question for you this morning. We'll do that coming up. We've got our Pro Hogs update as well. If you want to jump in on some of that, do so. 877-377-6963. Hey, Oaklawn Sports. It's always sports season at Oaklawn. We've got football right now, college NFL. We've got postseason baseball. Arkansas's best sports betting app has you covered. Here's how it works. You create an account, make a deposit, make a bet of at least $10, and you're going to get a bonus bet of equal value up to $250. It's never been easier. Choose from a debit, credit card, PayPal, Apple Pay, Venmo, ACH, and on-site cash. Plus, it's easier to withdraw your balance than ever before. Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with the brand you trust. Bet with Oaklawn Sports. All right, Big C, it's time for the Pro Hog update. If I can find it. Why am I missing it? Am I hammered? Did it get taken out off the B-bar?
No, I don't think so.
Too Stupid Thursday. Sorry, real time screw up. I will take full responsibility for that. I'm not seeing it, Big C. You're going to have to roll dry.
All right, man.
You need to throw it back on for next week.
Well, Hunter Henry, he got a touchdown in the Patriots' 41-21 blowout loss to the Texans on Sunday. He caught 3 passes on 5 targets for 41 yards. Dietrich Wise Jr. had a solo tackle and assisted on one for the defense. Now, this one is kind of unexpected. Felipe Franks, he got some spotlight.
Where's this highlight?
Ray McLeod, who lost that fumble a moment ago. Hard stops short of the 25-yard line. Felipe Franks.
He used to play quarterback. You could never tell.
Reserve tight end and a big special team stud.
Christian, if you didn't, I know you and I watched that highlight, but Franks smacked that kick returner.
That was against the Falcons, and he used to play for the Falcons, and now he is a member of the Carolina Panthers. The Falcons did go on to win 38-20. Cam Little made his only field goal attempt on Sunday from 30 yards out in the Jaguars' 35-16 loss to the Bears. He made his only extra point attempt. The Jacksonville defense, Monteric Brown, had 5 solo tackles and assisted on 2. So the Jaguars followed up their lone win of the season with a pretty bad performance against the Bears. Now, Treylon Burks, he had only 1 catch for 10 yards on Sunday in the Titans' 20-17 loss to the Colts. Now, this one, not really good for me. The Detroit Razorbacks, as you like to call them, had themselves a dominating performance.
Bates got me 18 points in fantasy, Pig C. I'm sorry.
Against the Cowboys on Sunday with a 47-9 win on Jerry Jones's birthday. Jake Bates went 4 for 4 on field goals with a long of 48 yards. He went 5 for 5 on extra points. Bates accounted for 17 points, which would have been more than enough to beat the Cowboys on Sunday by himself. They only mustered 9 points in the loss. So Jake Bates beat the Cowboys on Sunday.
Single-handedly. All right. That's your Pro Hog update this morning, and Christian did the last part begrudgingly, and understandably so after what Detroit went into Dallas. All right, we asked the question before the break. You had a chance to, November's coming up. We're all about voting here on ESPN Arkansas. You had a chance to vote in Bride and Ozark on one side and Andy's on the other. Christian is the tally. What is the final total of that tally?
Very lopsided. It was like 15-3 in favor of Andy's.
Let's go and I don't have a buzzer. Like I don't have the gizmo like Ruskin. Let's go and bump Brian off. Go and click him off. See ya, Brian. Hasta la vista. Unfortunately, you were voted out. Now, we are a democracy here on the Morning Rush, and I just adhere to what our listener, our fans had to say. And Brian Andy's won, and deservedly so. We also got some responses of some of the Dustin and Clark, or Cedarville, I should say. He says the Nutty Waffle Crunch Concrete is his personal favorite when it comes to Andy's. I get the exact same thing every time. It's cookie dough concrete. I know that some people get the jackhammer and various other things, but I get the same thing every single time. All right, we've got our CJ's Trivia coming up. By the way, hey, we've had some callers, and we've done this for a couple months now. Really appreciate Keith Wilson and his team partnering with us on that. We have some callers that call in even before the question. Christian, don't take a call until I actually ask the question. Then we'll take a call. That's not your fault. People are just trying to win this $25 gift card. We might need a legal team on this, and our friends at Hickey and Hole Law Partners can help us out potentially. They're growing their firm all across Mena and Central Arkansas. They've already provided services in the River Valley, in Northwest Arkansas, but they now all got them all over Mena and all over Central Arkansas as well. So take advantage of that, whether you're in a divorce or custody case. Maybe you just need someone to talk to about some of the processes that you're going through. They have over 7 decades of combined experience, and this is the firm that will help you through every step of the way. Hickey and Hole Law Partners are ready to put that experience to work for you. Visit them online at kevinhickeylaw.com or call 479-434-2414 to schedule your consultation. Hickey and Hole Law Partners, things are about to get better. kevinhickeylaw.com or 479-434-2414. All right, I think it's a good one today. Sometimes I've asked one or two ones that have been duds. That's my fault.
I'll try not to answer it.
Yes. Tommy's done it once. You've done it once. Let's get into it.
This is CJ's Trivia Tuesday, presented by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers in Fayetteville and Russellville.
It's delicious.
There must be 50 customers out there. It's unbelievable.
When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
By the way, Brian waited about 15 to 20 minutes only to get booted.
He's mad when he texts in.
Yes. I just listened to our audience, and our audience told him to kick rocks, pound sand, kick it or stick it where the sun don't shine. Just listening to what our audience had to say. Because, listen, Arkansas fans are always rational, especially when it comes to talking about Texas Longhorns fans. All right, so here's our CJ's Trivia Tuesday question. We had a conversation with Tom Murphy earlier in the hour, and Tom just remarked, first time he's covering the team in 2007. A lot of craziness going on. If you remember, Arkansas was thought to be possibly going back to the SEC championship. They finished 8-4, if I remember that correctly. Things were weird. Nutt resigned after. But Les Miles had other things on his mind, apparently.
Let it rest. I'm playing football for LSU. I'm preparing for Arkansas. I'm preparing for the next game and the next game after that.
What was the job that Les Miles was linked to in 2007? 877-377-6963. This is easy. It's a cupcake. It's a hanging curveball. Every single one of you should remember. What job did he consistently get asked about in 2007 about where he was going? 877-377-6963. We've got a $25 CJ's Butcher Boy Burger gift card on the line. There were so many things happening. And in fact, I think this was Kurt Herbstreit talked about this. This was like his first breaking report, or one of the first ones he had. And after it didn't pan out like he thought it would, he said, I'll never break anything or report anything again. All right, who's up first?
We got Philip from Bentonville.
All right, Philip, you're up first. Where was Les Miles linked to back in 2007?
Was that Ohio State?
No. Close. All right. Eric in Greenwood. Eric, you're up next. Eric, who do you think? What school was Les Miles linked to back in 2007?
Michigan.
That's right. Eric, stay on hold. We will get your information. Philip was close. Big Ten, just the rival, unfortunately, of Michigan in the case of Philip, because he would have won $25, but instead it goes to our buddy Eric in Greenwood. The Michigan Wolverines. So Miles is getting asked about that. Houston Nutt's dealing with all the stuff he's dealing with in 2007. And then Arkansas wins a triple overtime game, 50-48. Thanks, Colton. And somehow, some way goes into Baton Rouge, Louisiana, as the number one team in the country and wins that football game. My brother still has. Anyone read Calvin and Hobbes growing up? Great comic strip. Brother still has the shirt from back in the day of the 50-48. It's got the cartoons of Arkansas and LSU and Death Valley. And Calvin, I think, is peeing on the LSU Tigers. It's one of my favorite shirts. Now, there's a new shirt out there that has a few curse words on it with LSU that is not the most tasteful looking T-shirt out there, but that one's great. I think my brother still has that line around somewhere. There are so many memories when it comes to LSU and Arkansas, if you're an Arkansas fan. I mean, I have the privilege of working with one of my two childhood heroes. Darren McFadden's always going to be one. Matt Jones is number two. And I was 7 years old, I believe, at Miracle on Markham, sitting in the back of that end zone, right where Matt threw it to DeCorey and caught that touchdown. I mean, there's others. You just go down the list. 2007, 2008, 2000, and they should have won in 2009. Got some bad calls that went against them in that. But, man, this is, again, a fun series, and I just like to go back.
You look lonely. I can fix that.
For the golden boot and oh, so much more. Jones looking, steps, throws to the end zone.
Now LSU must try for two in the top. Here's Flint, deep.
The good snap. The hold is down. The kick is on the way. And it is good. Arkansas wins.
Intercepted. Mateo Richardson, Arkansas wins.
Touchdown, Arkansas. Unbelievable.
A lot of good memories. Christian, we've got to get people, and I know not everyone's work situation is the same, but we always get the right text.
Yeah.
Just pick up the phone and tell your boss, hey, I had a gift card to win. Let me win this real quick. Take 2 minutes out of your day. I promise your boss is not going to fire you. We always get like 5 of the right text when it comes to our CJ's Butcher Boy Burger trivia. Those people would just call in like they're supposed to. Did I say call or text? If I said call or text, I'm sorry. That's 100% on me. But in order to win the $25 gift card, like Philip just attempted to, and that Eric did, you've got to call us every Tuesday at around 10:45. Is that a good question?
I think it was a good question because that's something that me or you would know probably, but like just the common fan may not know that.
It was one of those things. At least you had to think about it, and it wasn't. I sometimes forget. Some of these things that I think are easy or not, and then some of the stuff that Clay and Chuck and Tommy know, and I kind of look at them with a puzzled look on my face. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're 29 years old." But that is one. Trust me, I remember very vividly back in 2007. Our CJ's Trivia is, of course, brought to you by our friends at CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers. I was texting Keith last week a little bit. I know him and Sally and the rest of their team all across Russellville and all across Fayetteville at the Weddington location. They're excited. So if you're coming up from Central Arkansas and you eat great burgers, great fries, all the fixings, then stop by CJ's at the Russellville location. Or if you're in Northwest Arkansas or North Central Arkansas and you're coming down to the game, then stop by CJ's in the Fayetteville location off Weddington. It's a great spot. I love it. Chicken sandwich, salad, burgers at the Fayetteville location, or just get whatever you want. It's always going to be good. CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers. When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best. Let me tell you, they are at CJ's. Halftime, Phil Elson, Matt Jones coming up next. Guy that had a little impact on this Arkansas LSU series over the years. Y'all have a good day, everybody.
This is Robert. And this is Matt.